So if you saw the last video about getting rid of the Raptor, it's true. The Raptor is now gone and its replacement is behind this garage door right here. Only problem is, do y'all remember that one time that Mr. Nobody bought a new project car and he got it home and it was like dusk and he's like, oh, it's too dark to see it. I'll have to show it to you tomorrow. And he kept us waiting for like 30 seconds to see it. Well, Pepperidge Farm remembers and I remember, and I'm pretty sure I already made him drink a pickle beer for doing that, but I don't forgive very easily. So we're just gonna wait for, nah, I'm kidding, here it is. Yeah, I went from an F-150 to an F-150, but it's different. So it's a Shelby F-150. And what is a Shelby F-150? So what they do, they take, it's the company Shelby American, like if you saw Ford versus Ferrari, that company, they take a Lariat trim F-150, so kind of like the mid-range F-150. It's nice enough to have stuff like leather and four-wheel drive and the sunroof and that sort of stuff, but it doesn't have all the super fancy stuff. And they take it and then they kind of strip it down and they Shelbyize it. And so actually, if you saw one of Alan's videos from, I think a few years ago, he went to the Shelby Museum in Vegas where they actually have the assembly line for these. And he saw some of them being made.
If you had a white F-250 you worked on recently at Shelby, maybe check your paint because, well, this guy didn't care about your paint.
But they'll do things like replace the seats, right? So they'll take out the factory Ford seats. They'll do, you know, their Shelby modifications. They replace all the trim with carbon fiber trim. On the outside, they do things like the running boards, which we'll talk about in a second, the wheels, the entire front end. So the hood, the grille, the bumper, that's all custom from Shelby. The stripes, obviously. Cover thing, we'll talk about that too. They do the suspension. It's got, I think, a 3-inch lift on it, 20-inch wheels with 35-inch tires. But the best part, and the reason I bought it, is under the hood. They painted the engine cover blue. No, so that right there is a Whipple supercharger. And what that does is it takes your stock Lariat truck with 400 horsepower up to 785 horsepower. You know it's true because they put it on the side of the truck. If they can't be lying, can they? Are they lying? But yeah, that is an air to water supercharger. So there's a little intercooler in there. This is the reservoir for it right there. And yeah, so it looks cool. It goes fast. And I don't feel bad getting rid of the Raptor to get this. So this particular truck is a 2025 model. I bought it used with 13,000 miles on it. Did the same thing when I bought the Raptor, bought that with like 10,000 miles on it. Saved me a boatload of money. Like these things new are what, $140,000. I've had this for a little over a week now. Already I can tell you there's a lot of things I like about it. There's some things I also don't like about it. And you know what, we're gonna start with that because it's staring us in the face right here. So yeah, there is no option to not get this giant fiberglass tonneau cover. I mean, it does look good, but one, you can't open your tailgate whenever this is down. Like right now, if you were to press the button on this and it would try to open, it would not. You have to turn the thing, push on the thing, and then it opens to reveal your carpeted truck bed. Now, I'm gonna guess the people who are typically buying these trucks like carpeted truck beds. I have no use. I have no use for this. This is like, I'm gonna be doing some modifications to the truck. I'm gonna tell you right now, this has to go. It is nice. It's actually, it's padded, but it turns your truck into a trunk. Like this is just like a giant car trunk now. If you want to put like bags of concrete in here, you can't get in there to load them. If you want to fill it full of dirt, you're going to be carpet cleaning after you're done with your dirt. Yeah, it's just, it's not really me. I need a truck to be a truck. So this is one of the things that's going to be going. I'll keep it around somewhere, but it's not staying. This particular truck has the Ford Pro tailgate. That's not a Shelby thing, that's a Ford thing. It does that, which is kind of cool. But I knew nothing about this tailgate whenever I bought the truck. My last truck had the one where the step comes out and it comes down. This one, they give you this nice measurement system here. They give you a place for clamps so you can clamp your wood down and cut it on your tailgate, which I'm guessing is a sold separately sort of situation. And then the best part of the tailgate is this right here. It opens so you can, you know, easily get stuff in the bed of your truck without having to go over the tailgate itself, which is kind of good. I mean, there's been plenty of times I'm trying to load heavy stuff in here, don't want to have to push over the tailgate, but it's that big. And worst part, there's no step. The step is gone. I mean, you can use this thing right here as a step, I guess. The problem is the truck's now been lifted 3 inches. That's kind of tall. But I missed my step. I thought whenever I bought the Raptor that the step was kind of a gimmick. I'd never use it. I use that thing freaking all the time. This, I think this is a gimmick and I'm never going to use it. I guess time will tell. Another thing I do like is Shelby has put on, what do they call it? They call it Raptor-like suspension. So 3-inch lift, the Fox shocks, which, I mean, if you look at them, they're adjustable, they're internal bypass. I'm pretty sure those are exactly the Raptor shocks. And it rides really smooth. It actually rides smoother than my Raptor did. I did lift mine though, so maybe, well, this one's lifted too. I don't know, but it rides really smooth. And it's almost a little too smooth. Between the suspension and the supercharger, you can go pretty fast, pretty quick, and not even know it. You've got Shelby's 20-inch wheels on there. I like the way they look. The tires, I'll run those. The BF Goodrich, what are they? KO2s. I'll run those until they wear out. I'll replace them with something else. I think there might be, these are 35s. There might be enough room. I'll have to measure one day to see if we can fit 37s on there. But for now, those will do. And if we go to step inside, the steps are actually, if you remember, I put the amp research steps on my wife's Escalade just a little while ago. And these are, guess, wait for it, they're the amp research steps, and they have the same thing where you have to cover up your OBD2 port with this guy right here for them to work. So yeah, not cheap truck, but fairly chinchy steps. But you know what? The seats make up for it, right? No, I really do. I like the interior. That all looks good. It's almost too much carbon fiber, but I think it pulls it off all right. The not Shelby stuff, but the Ford infotainment system is a big step up from, I had a 2017 Raptor. This one is significantly better. A few things I really like: if you're running CarPlay on your navigation system, it puts it up on the heads-up display. It also puts it on the dash. It's like all integrated, even though you're running it through your phone. That's really cool. The heads-up display itself, I don't know if y'all probably can't see it right now, but on my wife's car, the heads-up display, if you put sunglasses on, you can't see it at all. This one, I don't know what wizardry they're using, but you can see it like clear as day with polarized sunglasses on. That's really cool. Another just Ford thing I didn't know about. So we get in the car, we're doing test drive, right? And the dealer, he starts talking to me about Blue Cruise, which is like Ford's version of Super Cruise or autonomous driving or assisted driving. Don't say autonomous. He's like, tell me all about it. I'm like, why are you telling me this? Because this truck, like on the GM cars anyway, they have like, you know, a special button and a little camera right here. I'm like, this truck has none of that. Like, I don't have Blue Cruise, but this guy right here, turns out, there's your camera right there. And for a long time, Ford has just been putting all the hardware for Blue Cruise into their cars, and all you have to do is turn it on. It's $50 a month. Probably not gonna pay for that. But if you ever wanted to, maybe turn it on for a month, you have a long trip to go on, something like that, it is built into a lot of their cars these days. You know what else is built in is the transmission. So this truck, just like my last truck, the 10R80 transmission that I did about, what, 4 or 5 videos on how terrible it was and how it broke all the time. Here's the thing though, it's an updated version of the 10R80, so hopefully we don't have the same problems. We will see. One problem I know we will have though, y'all remember the acceleration stutter? It was due to the spark plugs. At least this time they let you know. Check this out. Because of the supercharger, you have to change your spark plugs every 12,000 miles. That's a lot of spark plugs. Like what, every two and a half oil changes you're changing your spark plugs? But man, look at this intake. That thing is freaking massive, like that. Which, yeah, so the hood, it is like a functional hood scoop kind of. It lets air through, except you still have your air intake over here. So guessing that's just for cooling the engine, the supercharger, whatever. I don't know. So towing on this truck, haven't figured that out yet because, well, the weight anyway. So stock Larry F-150 can, I think, tow 12,900 pounds, almost 13,000, right? Back in the day, the stock version of the F-150 versus the Raptor could tow 8,000, the stock F-150 was 11,000. So that was a 3,000 pound difference, right? With the suspension on here, they never tell you exactly what this can tow. I'm gonna assume 3,000 pound difference, just like the Raptor and the regular F-150. So if we say 13,000 goes down to 10,000, that's still an improvement over the truck we're coming from, even though lost 3,000 pounds there. That's like, if you're looking to lose weight, that's how you do it. The lights on this truck, I know they're not for everybody. I really like the lights. They're just the stock Lariat lights. Shelby didn't do anything crazy there, but I don't think they have to. I don't know. I like the lights. One thing I don't like though is this shifter right here. So last truck had a pistol style shifter, like you grabbed it and you could just, you know, shift it like that or whatever. This one, it's more of like a hand over thing. They did it because of this right here. So that puts your shifter down into the console so you can open up your work table right here and do all your work on it. And I'm probably going to use that. Well, maybe never. Here's the thing though. I am a fat American. I go to Sonic Drive-In. Have you ever had a table full of French fries next to your driver's seat? I don't know. Could be useful, I guess. The problem with the shifter is though, like I don't like the hand over. It's also like, it's physically lower than this right here. So you kind of have to put your hand down to get to it. And then when you pull it back, all the way back there, your hand almost has to come off of it because of this right here. Not the most ergonomic thing in the world, but you know what? 785 horsepower. I'll learn to live with it. Oh, so your start stop button is right here, which I heard they just killed, by the way. But good news, Shelby already killed it for you, or whoever had this truck before me killed it. Oh, by the way, yeah. So the guy before me left all of his paperwork in here. So I have his name, address, phone number. I also have his sunglasses, Trent. If you're seeing this and you want your sunglasses, let me know. One thing this truck does not have though is the upfitter switches that you know, the Raptor had, and I think the Super Duties have. I guess the Lariat does not come with the upfitter switches. I only used one on my Raptor, but it was really convenient to have when I put in the light bar. I think this one is gonna need a light bar somewhere. There's a ton of deer where I live, so we need more lights. Another thing we're gonna need is to get rid of this right here. So the Lariat comes with the, I can't even get this up, but it's a little bin right there for underneath your seat, right? Except, y'all know the drill, right? You can't get your seat up when there's a car seat there. Can't get anything under there. So you're gonna need the DZ under seat storage drawer, because that is way more convenient. Got all your stuff in there, you just can't close it when it's on a furniture dolly. There we go. So there are studs underneath there that need to come out, but I've never met a stud I couldn't cut off. So the drawer will go in there soon. That'll be a modification. This guy's coming off. We'll put lights on it. I don't know. Y'all have any other suggestions for F-150 upgrades? There's all these like LEDs you can get out there for in here. I don't want to like do too much AutoZone modifications, you know, but open to ideas. Oh, the sound. We also have the right sound now. So not only do we have a V8 like the Raptor never had, well, these days you can get the Raptor R, but you also have the supercharger whine. That sound will put a smile on your face all day, every day, right up to the speed limit, and then you have to stop. I mean, probably. So the heads-up display, again, pretty impressed with that. Not just because you can see it, but they put like so much information up there. Y'all can't see it, but we've got the time, the temperature, how fast we're going, how far away the car in front of us is, how fast the speed limit is, what you set your cruise control to, and again, the directions appear right on your screen, makes it like super easy to figure out where you're going. And so I did consider a lot of other brands, like the TRX would be an obvious choice, another Raptor, maybe the Raptor R. And then I know there's other companies out there, like there is Roush, there's Black Widow, Rocky Ridge. Some of them do performance, some of them don't, but the Shelby just seemed like the right choice to me. Also, we had the trifecta, right? So you got Chevy, you got Ford, you got Dodge. We couldn't give that up, right? So yeah, there you have it. That is the new truck that you'll see on the channel now. Kind of different, kind of the same. I'm liking it so far. Y'all can tell me how much of a terrible choice I made down in the comments, why Dodge is better, etc., etc. So until next time, I think I just gotta go hear that supercharger one more time. See you later. Oh my gosh, there goes our 360 camera. Almost. It almost hit the truck. We're fine.